Hello and welcome. So last month I basically hit my TBR except for one book I fell short of, but I supplemented another book and I didn't actually read it. So this month, let's see if I get through my TBR. It's quite a big one. So let me go over it. So I'm starting with The Teller of Small Fortunes. I just got this from Fairy Loot and look how freaking adorable it is. I really want a nice cozy read, which is why I chose this. I think it's perfect for December. And it is so far. I'm only 46 pages into it and I am enjoying it so much. Basically you have, and I read the author's letter, and so she, I don't know if she was born in New Jersey or she was born in Asia and then came to New Jersey and then went back to Beijing, I think. And now she lives in San Francisco. Yeah, eventually moved to Beijing. But she always felt like, regardless of wherever she was, she never really felt included, whether she was here in Jersey or she was back in China. She always still felt othered. And so she wanted to write a story for people who felt like that, who felt in between two cultures, and I really appreciate that, and I'm seeing it in this, and I like that. It's important, you know. This is why you read, to see other people's point of views, even though that is kind of my point of view. Even though I was born here, I still feel, you know, in between cultures. So I'm very excited to read this. Basically you have main character Tao, who is definitely running away from something, and she only tells small fortunes, although you can tell she could probably read big fortunes too, but she's trying to stay away from trouble. And she runs into these two guys who are freaking hilarious. Like, you run into them pretty early, and they're reformed thieves, and they're actually looking for one of the guy's daughter, and there's supposed to be a cat. We haven't quite gotten the cat yet. I'm looking forward to when we do. And it's supposed to, I guess, like a journey story. I don't know, but I'm enjoying it so far, and it's freaking adorable, and it's got cozy vibes. And oh, and tea, of course, because one of the ways that she tells fortune is through tea leaves, although she can do palmistry too. And I think tarot. I think there was a third one, I can't remember. She hasn't done it yet. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and this is my first one. Going on cozy. So I had already read, so I'm gonna just show it anyway. I have already read The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. I loved it. I can't believe it's actually this big. I don't remember, like, I read it on my Kindle. I borrowed it from the library. Don't remember it being this big, but I really enjoyed it. It's sci-fi, and I have the rest of the series that I got from Illumicrate, and I want to finish this. I feel like this is perfect winter cozy vibes. So basically, I think, so next one's Close and Common Orbit, and then I think it's, I actually don't remember the series, the order. Okay, so then is The Record of a Spaceborne Few, and then finally The Galaxy and the Ground Within. So I have these, and I am very much looking forward to reading these. I honestly have no idea what they're about. Honestly, when I read this, I had no idea what it's about, and I just heard many good things, and it's cozy sci-fi. And I was like, you know what? I can do some cozy sci-fi right now. So I want to finish the series and read some cozy sci-fi. I think that while it's a series, it's not like a continuation of the people, so they're kind of like one-offs within the same world. And even when I opened this up in the beginning, it had said the current timeline in this book begins during the final events of The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. The past timeline begins approximately 20 solar years prior. So yeah, so it takes place with, like, you might see like some characters pop in and out, maybe, I don't know. But I am looking forward to finally finishing the series out. It's just, all I know is it's cozy sci-fi. And yeah, and one thing I do remember that I really appreciated when I read this book is that, like, you know, in most sci-fi that you read where there are humans are the big, we're like the best species. Even though there are other species, you know, usually humans are like the protagonists. What I really enjoy about this is that humans are actually considered barely sentient. Like, they just became sort of evolved within the past whatever years, and you're like, oh, I guess we can include them in our federated things, and like they're considered stupid. And I kind of really appreciated that, you know, like not being human centric. I really, you know, I thought that was cool. So continuing on the cozy vibes, the next book I want to read is The God and the Gomihu. I don't know how to pronounce this, especially since I think it was pronounced as gumbo, which there is absolutely no B in here. So why was I doing this? I don't know. But basically I think it's about like a fox spirit and a trickster god who for some whatever reason are masquerading as humans, and I think the trickster god is supposed to find the fox goddess I should say, and bring her back to justice for something. I don't know, but it looks really cute. Obviously it's a romance. I think it's based on Korean mythology, and it just looks absolutely adorable, and I really want to read this, and I want all the cozy vibes for December, you know. And I guess the last of my cozy vibes, which I'm going to finally open this. This is my Bookshops and Bone Dust. This is from the Broken Binding, and they do such a good job of wrapping, and I've had this wrapped for like a year now. So let's unwrap this. We got the print. I have, I think, the print of the first book too. Alright, let's open this. They do such a pretty job, like all of their things is like that. If it wasn't for shipping, I would love to subscribe to them. I would love to. Here we go. Bookshops and Bone Dust. So I have read High Fantasy First Love secondhand bookstores. So I read the first book, which I forgot. Oh yeah, so 20 years before the events of Legends and Lattes. So this is a standalone cozy fantasy, and I think it's supposed to be like, yeah, it's supposed to be. It's 20 years before, so this is like a prequel of whatever happened to Viv, right? That was her name, Viv? Yeah, Viv. Before she settled down to make her little coffee shop. And yeah, I'm very excited to finally read this. I haven't opened it yet, and now it's open and it looks so lovely. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this print. I was hoping I'd keep it in here, but it's too big. Maybe I should frame this and put this on my wall. Oh my god. Do you see the cat? Do you see the dog? That's so cute. I guess the front cover. Yeah. They're so funny looking. I think this is signed too. Yeah. It is signed. Yeah, November 2023. Wow, it literally took me a year to open this. I mean, I was traveling for most of it, but still. But yeah, that's my last of like truly cozy reads. The next one I want to read is Voyage of the Damned. All I know about it is that it's basically a murder mystery on a boat. That's all I know. And I really don't like these edges. They freak me out. I just realized there's skeleton fish. Huh, weird. But yeah, I really want to read this, and hopefully I finally get to it. It is a chunky book, but oh my god, you see that huge spacing in text. The next one I want to read is A Tempest of Tea. I've heard mixed reviews about this. I haven't read any. Hold on, I keep my authors mixed up, which is, yeah, I have read Behind the Flame, and I wasn't crazy. But it could have just been where I was when I read it. But I haven't heard good things about this, so we'll see if I like it. All I know is 1920s, secret vampire societies, and tea. I'm assuming tea is blood. I don't know, but I am looking forward to finally reading it. Also, these edges are gorgeous. And finally, the last book I want to read for this month is The Just Odd Air, which is also not cozy. However, one of my favorite glasses, mugs that I have right now is from The Just Odd Air, and it has a goose with a knife in its mouth, and it says that she had the temperament of a deranged goose. And ever since I read that, I was just like, I need to read this book. Yes, I do have the temperament of a deranged goose. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe sometimes. And I need to read this. All I know is that it's supposed to be the heir, the Jasad heir, ran away and nobody knows what happened to her, and she just wants to live a quiet life. Unfortunately, the kingdom who's in charge now are trying to find her, and she may have been found or something. I don't know. It's all supposed to be Egyptian inspired, and I love Egypt. So I'm excited to read this, even though it's definitely not in the cozy. But I mean, over half, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, over half of my TBR is cozy, so I can do with some epicness in here. And here we go. This is my TBR stack. It's a pretty hefty one. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books. Ooh. Oh my gosh. There we go. So next month we'll find out how far I got and if I actually read all of these. Especially since I'm going to Ecuador, and I'm gonna definitely do those will be my first travel vlogs, I suppose. Travel book vlogs. And I'm not sure if I can bring any of these books. I'm gonna bring my Kindle though. And I have a bunch of nonfiction books on there, so maybe try to finally get some nonfictions in before the end of the year. Oh, and I have finally hit my 100 book goal, so yay. Yeah, that's all.